I think he actually might be a superhero. What you know is that almost every business he starts, everyone condemns it to immediate failure. Everyone thinks it's destined to fail. It cannot be achieved. It's always done on a massive, grandiose scale with a massive, grandiose plan. And he's delivered. I mean, look at SpaceX. SpaceX is probably the most coveted company in the world right now by every other successful business person. And people said it's never going to work. This is going to throw good money after bad. It's never going to work. Look at what SpaceX does around the world now. Look at the satellite systems, never mind anything else, are just on a different level to anything we've seen.
That is in tribute, and it's really an observation, not a puff piece, on Elon Musk. Now, it was back in October of 2022 that Elon Musk bought Twitter. And I'm not a prophet. I'm not gifted. I just saw that moment and said, this is going to be the most significant talking point about the future of America than anything going on in culture back in 2022, than anything back in culture back in 2022. And that's because Twitter and X was clearly the only place on the internet where there was true free speech available, uncensored free speech. That is, political thought could go out to everyone else. And Elon Musk protected that.
He pretty much owned SpaceX. If he wants to say, let's get rid of that heat shield around the Raptor engine, and they say, you're nuts, and he does it, and it works, that's fine. It's his company. He can take risks. He's going to meet resistance because he doesn't own the federal government. But I predict he does not stop. He's intense. And I think both with his the support Trump has given him and the power he has of both his personality and social media, he is going to be able to do in government what he did in Tesla and SpaceX.
Now, many of the people that were just caught up in the politics of that time in 22, they were obsessed on election machines and voting machines. And I just go, guys, that is not the future. That's the past. I agree it's significant. Machines and vote machines are so much less powerful than the power of the word of free speech going around. In fact, the machines are only avatars. All the machines do is register what you think, okay? And they either register it correctly or incorrectly, depending on if they're registering your votes right or taking them. But it's still the speech of the person, the will of the consent of the governed that is what's truly important. Machines, it may take 50 years to fix them, but it's the speech, it's what your will is that the machines are actually supposedly trying to register. Free speech is number one. And that all changed in 2022 when Elon Musk bought Twitter.
He's even, I saw the other day, planning to help with the countryside issue in the UK. If you live in the countryside, you don't get a phone signal. He said, I'll sort that for you, right? He just thinks, I'll fix Britain and his phone signal. That's how he thinks. Then you look at X and what he's done there. It's gone from 67% Democrat, 32% Republican on X to now it's pretty well 50-50. That's Elon Musk. He's redressed the balance. He's made it easier for conservatives not to be deplatformed and removed just because of their political allegiance. Again, so he's democratized, if you like, this very undemocratic but massively popular, powerful social media tool. So I look at all the things he's been doing. Actually, what's the common thread here? All of it is a force for good. All of it ultimately is designed to save us from ourselves. What is a superhero? A superhero is somebody who thinks on a massively big scale for the good of the people and often saves the people from themselves. And I'm not saying he's a perfect human being. He can be difficult and all the rest of it. Of course he can. And he wouldn't say he's perfect himself. But by a superhero criteria, right now in the world, who is a bigger transformative superhero right now than Elon Musk? Who? Give me a name.
Nobody is as significant. This is not a praise piece for Elon Musk. I'm telling you guys right now, that's not what I'm interested in. I am interested in finding out the truth of where our culture is going and what is significant about the future. That's the whole reason why I'm doing these shows, is to inform you on just the need to know news. Come out when I'm recording. Mwah. Love you. You look great. What you probably don't know is his background of his father. His father was an artist like me. Now, all the Democrats right now are telling lies about Elon Musk. They call him a nepo baby, like nepotism and like he only got where he is out of favoritism or out of something his father gave him. Elon Musk clears it up here. This is very telling.
My dad, who has many talents, I want to be clear, he is an extremely talented engineer, electrical and mechanical engineer, and a very talented artist. I mean, he could draw everything from like in the style of Rembrandt to watercolors to sketches, anything. He could sketch this room and then say do a caricature of anyone, and he'll do a character that matches their personality. Might be the best real-time artist I've ever seen. So he's got a lot of talents, but unfortunately he has a few screws loose.
I'm an artist. When he said that he has a few screw loose, I just nodded going, yep, that's about right.
And he actually went bankrupt in the 90s. So my brother and I have been supporting him financially for the last 25 years. And we've inherited nothing from him, you know, so there's no anything. I arrived in Canada with just over $2,000 in Canadian traveler's checks, back when that was a thing, and one bag for my clothes and a backpack full of books. Those were my entire possessions. That's how I started.
So for people that accomplish a lot like Elon Musk, the first thing the Democrats do is say, you didn't do that. You were lucky. You're not talented. And it's horrifying for them to realize that someone who used to be on their side, and they were like, he's a genius, he's amazing, he's going to save the world. As soon as he supports Trump, and only because he supports Trump, they say, you didn't build anything, you inherited everything. You were given every opportunity. There's nothing about you that's special, nothing about you that's making anything great or significant. I'm Doug.